What is up? How's it going? Welcome, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, crypto community, Blue Crew, and all the communities out there. Guys, welcome to another DLTalk. Appreciate the Blue Crew tuning in. What is up, Blue Crew? How's it going? Looks like we got 0 viewers tuning in. Is that right? All right. Well, thanks for the 5 likes. Whoever came in and dropped the like. Appreciate y'all. But guys, welcome to another crypto live chat. Appreciate you tuning in once again. Thanks for hitting the subs. Thanks for hitting the likes on the way in. Appreciate all the new subscribers to the channel. We're well on our way to 3K, and you guys are making it happen. Looks like we got BTC just on the verge of 43K here, you guys. This is so crucial. If we can break past this range, looks like we could go to 47K. And who knows, man? This could be an exciting weekend for sure, and exciting next week. But we definitely need to break this barrier. It's really a fighting line right now. We need to get past 43K for Bitcoin. Ethereum doing some pretty good things. BNB doing some good things. ADA 141, good to see it holding strong, well above $1. XRP at 75 cents once again. But Bitcoin, we really got our eye out on Bitcoin right now because it needs to break through this 42,000 barrier, go into the 43,000, hopefully go to 47K, and really give us some major hope that this bull run's going to be continuing towards the upside. Let me see what's I'm sure there's some people in here. I'm sure this went public, right? I'm sure this is a public chat. Yeah, sure we got some viewers in here, but appreciate you guys tuning in. So yeah, very crucial for BTC to break through to 43K, 44K range. If we look at the charts right here, we were talking about this last night in the late night DLT live stream. Once again, appreciate you guys tuning in for that as well. So we got the breakout towards the upside right here, but now we're hitting that overhead resistance and risking possibility of a double top situation happening here, and doing a head and shoulders in the other direction. So very crucial for BTC to break out at around this range, but we'll be keeping our eyes on it, that is for sure. Once again, guys, I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. What's up, Alchemist? What's up, Legendary? Guys, appreciate your support. Thanks for jumping on in. It was a little bit lonesome. Maybe the title was a little bit boring. I guess I'll have to change the title or something, draw more people in. So I'll just say it's game over for crypto. I'm sure that's a clickbaity enough title for people to jump in on. Tony O-Face in the house. What's up, man? Guys, appreciate you tuning in. So we do have some news for today. Like we always do, we like to keep our eyes on the prize, that is for sure. So we got Binance to restrict derivatives trading for Hong Kong users. Guys, we got to watch out for what's going on with this Binance situation. It's looking pretty drastic. I mean, I'm interested to see how Binance could recover from this. Maybe it's just a major FUD campaign that makes Binance maybe go as a cool, you know, kind of contrarian view, maybe investing in Binance. But, you know, I'm not too big of a fan of the platform. I do own some BNB, but I'm not thinking of increasing my position. But this would be a time to do so because maybe there's a massive FUD wave right now happening with Binance. And then we'll see what ends up happening, you know, in its future. And maybe it gets through the FUD. Maybe it gets through regulators. Who knows? But right now, I'd definitely be very cautious if I was a Binance investor. but we'll move on to that piece of news in just a second. New bill in Ukraine to allow payments in cryptocurrencies. Cambodia explores cross-border transactions of CBDC like Bangkok. And then, of course, XRP Ledger to support NFTs and smart contracts in the coming months, guys. This reason why I would even call this video, it's game over for crypto. It's like, oh snap. Now we're starting to see, you know, the flower blossom a little bit. XRP is the seed. It's the base for the payments. You get payments efficiency, cost effectiveness. And then now adding NFTs, adding side chains, adding possible layer 1 solutions that are supported by the XRPL. This could be very, very massive. Just Alchemist and Legendary Antonio Face hanging out in the chat. What's up, guys? Really? There was no notification. Ah, snap, man. I wonder what went down. But it's all good. I mean, we're going to keep doing what we do regardless. You know, we're going to probably be releasing some... We're going to... Now, for every long-form video, I'm going to try to release short parts from these videos so people can get just access to the good stuff, you know, and not so much of the fluff. Even though I don't think it's fluff because, you know, it's special kind of doing everything live and having genuine reactions in the moment. But I understand, you know, some people just want some shorts out there. They want some shorter form content. So we'll try to make that happen as often as we can for sure. And just make a good quality stuff. I don't want to just like overflow you guys with just every piece of news that we go over, because we go over a ton of news on these live streams, like a ton of it. So I'm not going to try to make short clips of every piece of news, but the ones that I think are very relevant to regulation, CBDCs, XRP, Interledger protocol, you guys know the stuff that we like talking about on these live streams. So, you know, pieces of news sometimes that we read, sometimes they're not necessary to have a short form video on, but I'll try to always just put the best piece of news out there for you guys, that's for sure. Alrighty, so without further ado, appreciate the people who were able to tune in. Sorry if the YouTube notifications didn't go out there, but the best way for you to notify YouTubers and other people who might want to be jumping in is hitting that like button if you guys want to, if you guys are enjoying the content. Of course, I'll never tell you what to do, but let's start going to our first piece of news right here. So we got an article here, Binance to restrict derivatives trading for Hong Kong users. Binance is yet to announce an official date for imposing restrictions or derivatives products for Hong Kong users, stepping up efforts to minimize the inherent risk of trading cryptocurrency. Major crypto exchange Binance has announced it would restrict access to derivatives products to Hong Kong users. The official announcement reads, users from Hong Kong will have 90 days grace period to close their open positions. During the grace period, no new positions may be open. However, Binance's proactive means to restrict Hong Kong users was not supported by a date of when the restrictions will be imposed. To provide clarity behind Binance's latest restrictions, CEO CZ said the move is aimed to be a proactive measure for establishing crypto compliance best practices worldwide. Zhao also summarized Hong Kong-related developments, stating, new Binance users from Hong Kong can no longer open futures accounts and will wind down access for existing users. While Binance's proactive ban on Hong Kong users may tend to protect new users, the development seems to be more in line with China's increased crackdown on crypto businesses, with no exception on exchanges, mining, or token offerings. Binance continues to face regulatory challenges across multiple countries for allegedly offering a platform for illegal trades. An effort to keep doors open for business, Binance is reportedly on a quest to stop offering high-risk services. As of the latest, the crypto exchange announced the suspension of derivatives trading in Europe, starting with Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands. As Cointelegraph reported, the move signaled Binance's proactive steps towards harmonizing crypto regulations. However, the SCM, Securities Commission of Malaysia, asked Binance to shut operations within its region completely. Binance was reportedly operating within Malaysian jurisdiction despite no authorization from the government. Adding to the mix, Germany's financial watchdog, the Federal Financial Supervisory Authority, aka BaFin, also warned Binance of facing heavy fines on the grounds of selling shares in Germany in the form of shared tokens without offering the necessary prospectuses. But either way, it seems like, you know, from an outsider's perspective on Binance, this seems very shady of what's going on, right? Seeing all these countries very actively, you know, facing Binance, going to Binance and asking them to either shut down their operations completely within the country, or, you know, Binance trying to do, you know, restrictive measures like losing the battle to win the war, if you will. They're starting to hold back certain features of what they kind of grew adoption for. So we'll end up seeing how Binance recovers from this. But very interesting that this is happening. And, you know, CZ, he's always going to be a positive guy and positive CEO. But this doesn't look good for the company, man. This doesn't look good that they weren't trying to be regulatory compliant to begin with. So they, you know, maybe because they can use the excuse, well, there's no regulatory clarity for crypto. How was I supposed to know? How was Binance supposed to know? It's going to be very interesting seeing what the evolution of this is going to be. I do feel like it is a little bit of FUD, like a major FUD for BNB, but we'll see what ends up happening for this crypto. All in all, I don't think it's really good to be able to see this if they were, you know, if they could have just been regulatory compliant to begin with, right? But now it looks like, you know, hey, we got to restrict some services. We got to lose a battle to ultimately win the war. I hope it works out for Binance and BNB, but to me, this doesn't look too good. I'd like to know what you guys think. Tony O-Face, if you build, they will come. Exactly, my man. 7 viewers, 11 likes. Appreciate you guys tuning in, as always. So let's check out a crypto. So we looked at BTC. Like we said, for BTC, very important to break through here. Go into the 43K range. It has to break through 43K and then take us into the 47K range. I think that's where your next point of resistance would be. But if we can get there, man, that makes me very optimistic that we could eventually retrace back down to 42K, maybe 40K, find some support off previous resistance, and really continue the run for BTC. Selling pressure has increased on the MACD, but this could have been the peak of it. We'll see what ends up happening from here, because you're seeing buying pressure picking up right here on the MACD for BTC. Buying pressure increasing, but so is the selling pressure. It's no joke, but this could be the peak of it. We'll just have to see. Stock RSI is not in your favor, though, so it could get even bigger in terms of the increase in selling pressure. It's actually been a longer increase. Been going back since July. The selling pressure has been growing. And like I said, if we can't break through here, it's a possible double top that could take us down all the way down to 32 or 32K range, and then maybe even further down. And we're talking like a collapse, like a major collapse, possibly towards the 20K range, and hopefully pivoting around there. That would be a perfect pivot at around 20K. That would make me very optimistic for the continuation of the bull cycle. But right here, if we broke down further than 20K, have the possibility of hitting 11K and then being in a bear market again for maybe who knows how long, right? Before the next run up. But at least that's a nice floor, right? Considering people who got in, you know, at 3K, 4K BTC. It's just sad to see your gains go from 60K down to, if you didn't take profits, of course, down to that range. Anis Jakubovic, game over? Yeah, you're going to find out what the game over is all about, that's for sure. It has something to do with XRP, for sure. CZ was trying to play the lunatic sovereign citizen ploy. Yeah, exactly. That's very true, Alchemist. This will be very interesting rest of the year. Hang on and strap in. JMR, yeah, for sure, man. Got ACH on a whim. Wow. What's up with OST? OST? Let me check out OST. We'll get into the next article in just a second. Simple token, is that the one you're talking about right here? Let me know if this is the one you're talking about right here. Can't even go to its website, so I'm not sure. Maybe you're thinking about trying to figure out what's everyone's favorite off ramp when you take massive profits. I'm thinking Caleb and Brown. Interesting. My off ramp, I'm thinking just like through Coinbase, my dude. But it might not be the best because they just take a massive fee. But I was thinking just through Uphold or Coinbase, my man. Just be very simple to do it. I'm already connected to it. I've already done transactions between them and my bank account before. Oh yeah, so simple token, huh? I don't know too much about it, man. This is new to me. It looks like it hasn't even started any type of a run whatsoever. Up 72% in the past 7 days, which is pretty interesting. Maybe a little bit of a wake up, but as you can see, it's not really that much of a wake up. But total cap at 5 million. All-time high at 146. It's in the 00 range. Damn. Yeah, I can't check out this website for it, but this one sounds pretty interesting, man. Thanks for bringing awareness to it, and we'll add it to the list. That's for sure. But anyways, let's get into the next piece of news. Guys, appreciate 13 viewers tuning in, 12 likes. Excuse me if the YouTube notifications didn't go out. I think what happened was when I started the stream, it happened at 11:20, and it was when for some reason I posted the stream, it was 11:21, and then I had to change the time for where it was at. But either way, we're here. We got some blue crew in here. Appreciate y'all. Where Kramer doesn't take any off ramp. Man, I feel like I haven't seen Seinfeld in such a long time, but I love that show, man. I remember growing up watching Seinfeld, but I just can't remember any specifics from that one specifically with an off ramp. Won't exchanges get bottlenecked? I mean, it's going to be a major test for sure. Tony O'Face. I mean, it depends, dude. It depends on how fat, like what your goal to cash out is going to be, right? Like maybe your goal to cash out is at a time where the exchanges aren't really having too much activity, right? Hi everyone, it's mostly another green day. Yep. Not too bad. I mean, it's just it's a little bit of sideways action that we've been getting, you know. BTC really just going in between 40K and 39K, and we really needed to break through that 43K barrier. It could be an exciting weekend if we do, by the way. If we break through 43K, 44K, could be good times ahead for a lot of the micro caps. Could be very exciting times. Guys, remember we've been keeping track of this XRP price correlation with TRX, and remember we saw XRP at 70 cents and TRX at like 5, and we're like, okay, well, if it's at 5 cents, it's gonna, or like it was at 6 cents just underneath, so it caught up with XRP finally. Once again, they're close in price correlation, given a decimal, right? But I've just been noticing, you know, let's say if XRP goes to 80 cents, I'm thinking TRX is gonna very soon go to 8 cents, and I don't know, it's a weird correlation that they got going on together there. But just always going to point it out until it's proven wrong, basically. I mean, there are times where like XRP was at 70 cents, but then TRX was at 6 cents, but it caught up to 7 cents again. So it's like a point difference. I get it, but it still lines up somehow, which is really funny. How's everyone loving EGLD making some moves up? Yeah, let's check out EGLD's chart, and then we'll go to the next piece of news. So yeah, we got the breakout that we were looking for here for EGLD. Now we're hitting some overhead resistances, which were expected, and it's pretty crucial where it's at right now. Yeah, you got this range right here. Basically right there is where you're looking for the next resistance and kind of crucial point right here at 120, 122. Let's see where it is at right now on Live Coin Watch. Yeah, it's at 120, so we'll see. We'll see if it bursts past here, if it can go to 122, 125. This is going to be some good news, you know. I guess maybe this could be the next overhead resistance if it's going past that. Right there at like 142, 135 range. But yeah, nice to see that pivot for sure coming out from Elron Gold. it has room to go up before possibly retracing again in a significant way, you know. We'll do the fibs the other direction. Right there, yeah, 148, 150, and then you can go as high as possibly 200 again. And then you would see from there what's going to happen. Is it going to pivot back towards the downside? Is it going to continue up? Right? We just collapsed so hard, guys, from that high in April all the way down. But at least we got to recognize the lows and know where the pivot points were possibly going to happen. Right? Because we did this. Right? We looked at the overall fibs. And right there we saw that 78.6 retracement zone. And we're calling, hey, we're probably closer to a bottom, right? Anyone using BitTrue staking? I'm not staking in Power Piggy, my dude. There's higher staking rewards elsewhere. You can get really high staking rewards in other areas. But I understand people trust the Power Piggy. They trust BitTrue's platform and whatnot. But I feel like you can get really good staking rewards. If that's what you're into is staking rewards, like... I think you can get staking rewards in like other, you know, doing AMMs type of things like that, swap protocols, getting involved with those and getting really good high APY for cryptos that are native on that platform. You got things like Osmosis Zone that's out. You're going to have things like Sunday Swap that's going to come out, Flare Finance that's going to be coming out. I mean, Celsius is a pretty good noobs like earning interest and staking rewards thing, but there's really like just platforms out there that you can get some really awesome staking rewards on, and that are pretty reliable. I wouldn't say they're fully reliable, but you know, nothing really is in this space. We're just trying to figure out who's a good actor and who's not a good actor. I use BitTrue for 2% on HBAR. That's nice, Dieselhound. Yeah, pretty soon HBAR is going to be on Celsius as well. I'm excited for yeah, DeFi opportunities with HBAR is going to be really awesome, man, in the future. Yeah, Zookeeper. Exactly, Zookeeper. Exactly, Tony O-Face. I mean, Pancake Swap and things like that, right? You will be able to stake ALBT. Nice. Yeah, guys. Definitely if you're in this space, and maybe if you're new to it, I would recommend looking into staking right away, just so your crypto's already working for you, you know? Like if you're planning on holding these cryptos for a very long time already, bonding or delegating or staking your cryptos, why not? And build on top of that stack. Keep building on top of that crypto stack, right? Make your crypto work for you while it's just sitting there. Obviously, maybe you don't want to bond it for a certain period of time or stake it because it might take too long to do a trade. Well, then that's why it's in your tradable portfolio. But if you got it in your long-term hodl portfolio, you know, might want to just be staking it while you're waiting for, you know, long-term moonshots and stuff. But anyways, let's jump on into this one. What platform do you recommend staking on right now? Dude, I've been just falling in love with using the Atom staking rewards on their Cosmos ecosystem, man. You just you get the Kepler wallet or Cosmos Station wallet, and you know, have some of the Cosmos ecosystem tokens. Right now, I've been loving Osmo because you get about 300+% or 200+% APY in interest. You bond your assets for 21 days though, so you got to be a little bit forward looking. So when you do decide to unbond, you're like willing to, you know, risk, not risk anything, but you're just like, you're not earning interest for those 21 days, you know, and then it'll unbond, it'll be available to you. Atom, same thing, but you get 10% on Atom for staking Atom. You get 50% on DVPN, Sentinel. You get AKT 50%. STARNAME, I don't know what the percentages is yet on STARNAME, but STARNAME's been pretty good. IrisNet, you get 10% on IrisNet. Fetch AI, I think, is about 30%. Kava right now is at 30%, but I've seen Kava as high as 100% sometimes. Like, it fluctuates with its staking. So I think it's very interesting projects. Like, just really tremendous. And I like all those projects, too. I think they're very legitimate and part of the Internet of Blockchains that Cosmos ecosystem is building, and they all have like a very specific use case of what they're tackling with their blockchains. All layer 1 solutions, all their own sovereign blockchains that are existing in the Cosmos stack, the SDK, the Tendermint consensus secret network. You get 30% staking as well, SCRT. So I've been really loving the Cosmos ecosystem for staking stuff. But outside of that, Algorand staking, I love Algorand. I think Algorand's going to be tremendous. We do have some awesome news for Algorand, actually. Let's just jump to that since we're talking about Algo now. Let me load up this video and find the moment where this this lady says 700 companies using Algorand.
The money isn't actually.
As one would say, if you can beat them, join them. Banking and government hold the most power in the world.
Catch up while being wary of what it holds.
All right. So let's check this out really quick. But yeah, I think Cosmos ecosystem is severely undervalued. A lot of people are overlooking it for other ecosystems out there. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is, and we'll take advantage of it. You know, if people don't want to be on the Cosmos ecosystem train and they're really in love with you know, Quant and you know, DOT and Ethereum and Binance, like all to it, you know, I think Atom is just as good as those platforms, if not better, and setting up some really majorly innovative stuff with the blockchain service network, and collaborating with those major layer 1 solutions like Ethereum, like Polkadot, like Algorand, like who else? Like Tezos, and enabling IBC, inter-blockchain communication amongst those layer 1s is going to just make them part of the Cosmos ecosystem, which I don't know. I'm excited about it, for sure. But let me find this clip really quick.
Yeah, I agree with Michael. So for central bank cryptocurrencies are not considered a potential threat. However, we can see that when facing the threat, banks are making positive changes to adapt to the new technology change. The authorities will be a bank.
A lot of us would be happy to see financial services across the board improve, even if there's simply.
Let me see when she says this.
How powerful the tech is. Imagine if
between the DeFi product and the traditional business.
as the apps we use today.
Yeah, it's a one.
Let's see if we get it here. But basically, guys, this woman who's representing Algorand in this conversation that just came out today, says 700 companies are building on Algorand today. And maybe she's even being modest. Maybe it's more than 700 companies, but 700 companies building on Algo, building on Algorand. So let's check out if this is the clip, if she says it. If not, I'll try to find it. It's in one of her speeches here, but I think it's entertaining and worth hearing anyway, because I think Algorand is a major sleeper in this space, without a doubt. And we have no clue of its potential because we've never seen it in a bull run before. But what it looks like it's doing, you know, we've heard Gary Gensler talk positively multiple times about Algorand. It's part of the Global Blockchain Business Council, part of the BSN, the Blockchain Service Network, involved in many ways with Hyperledger and Hyperledger Fabric. So definitely keeping my eyes out for what's going on with Algorand. So let's check out this clip really quick.
As the apps we use today.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing to see the convergence between the DeFi product and the traditional business. I'd like to share a good example. Oculus. It's one of the DeFi use cases building on Algorand. It's a decentralized peer-to-peer DeFi node platform. It provides artists with a more direct and accessible way to secure funding. Also, it offers everyone a fair chance to invest in one of the world's fastest growing and most lucrative industries, music. Oculus loans are backed by future music royalty earnings and copyrights. Unlike cryptocurrency, these assets have predictable future values and carry no risk. The platform will analyze borrowers' music data and copyright assets
I think it's going to be the next
clip. How much money they are eligible to borrow. It will then establish a custom loan repayment plan based on their predicted.
Okay, I think it's this.
Yeah,
clip.
I agree with Michael. So with
sorry, guys, here.
Yeah, I agree with Michael. So for central bank cryptocurrencies are not considered a potential threat. However, we can see that when facing the threat, banks are making positive changes to adapt to the new technology trend. As one would say, if you can beat them, join them. Banking and governments hold the most power in the world. It may be naive to think that they will stand by as crypto and blockchain replace them. At this point, nearly all world powers have considered releasing a digital version of their currency from their central bank. The main reason is to head off Bitcoin and crypto from gaining too much momentum. The new reality tends to look like centralized authorities will be adopting blockchain solutions to avoid the risk of being extinct.
Well, I think.
Oh man. Okay, so it's not that one, but that was an interesting one where she's talking about how it's important to, Algorand's not here to replace governments and banks and central banks. These applications aren't going to replace banks and governments. They're going to evolve. This guy actually had an interesting statement of what she was agreeing to. I think it's worth hearing what he's saying. I know it's a little bit messy, guys. I appreciate your patience, but I think these little bits are still worth hearing coming out from the Algorand camp.
Look, I think it needs to be looked at from a different lens, and I think that's the innovation lens. If DeFi becomes truly a challenger to traditional finance, which I think it is well on the way to being, we won't see the banking industry die out. I think we'll see them forced to change, adapt, innovate themselves. The difference is normally these changes aren't this drastic. This is one of the rare occurrences where we see huge leaps forward and the market trying to catch up while being wary of what it holds.
So yeah, interesting perspective there. But here, I just want to hear that statement where we get 700 companies.
I'm always wary of trusting anyone with my money, and I think a lot more people would be receptive to the idea of managed investing if they could maintain control of their funds at all times. While we've been talking a bit more about the basic level use cases, what interests you the most about the DeFi space, and is there any sort of milestone or advancement you're really excited about?
Okay. I'd like to share with you the recent updates regarding Algorand. So we will continue to grow our ecosystem in various aspects, including DeFi and NFT, and especially the stablecoin ecosystem. So there have been a lot of stablecoins issued on the Algorand blockchain, such as USDT, USDC, Euro, Canadian dollar, Brazilian real, and Turkish lira. We are also collaborating with our partners on the digital version of local currencies, such as Mexico peso, Indonesia rupiah, and also Japanese yen. As a project, we are investing a lot of our resources and partnerships into working on various stablecoins that are beyond US dollars. This way, it will enable more DeFi use cases with massive social impact. And we expect to unleash the potential of stablecoin and accelerate the convergence between decentralized and the traditional finance.
Very cool. For those of our audience who may not know what stablecoins are, these are digital tokens that are backed and redeemable one for one with their paper.
Could you tell us about some of the most popular and how they compare to their counterparts in traditional finance?
Okay, so imagine trying to invest a single dollar in a way that would have any tangible return as an asset without being high risk. Is virtually impossible. Even with financial inclusion, price point accessibility is not enough. Through DeFi solutions, the users will be given the chance.
Oh man. Okay, this is my last shot.
Excellent story.
If not, we're moving
I
on.
really resonate with the view of
Eric
it being
Jenkins,
like the new
appreciate
internet.
you, man.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And judging by their popularity and lead in this industry, it's easy to say Algorand was a wise choice. Your team has climbed to the top of the charts in terms of market cap and established itself as an industry-leading DeFi platform of choice by many new DeFi blockchain companies, with Algorand here being just one of many promising projects. But for those of us in the industry 2 years ago, DeFi wasn't really in the headlines at all. What stuck out to you about Algorand of all blockchain companies?
Okay, so without doubt, Algorand is a world-renowned project which has attracted global attention ever since its launch. And as you might know, there is intense competition in the public chain sector. So to me, Algorand stood out from the rest for a few big reasons. So firstly, and maybe most importantly, is the Algorand team and its leadership. So our founder, Silvio Micheli, also a Turing Award winner. He is the co-inventor of many widely used blockchain protocols, such as zero-knowledge proofs, verifiable random functions, and probabilistic encryption. many of which have also served as the foundation of modern cryptography. And under his leadership, we've got some of the greatest minds in the industry leading us. That alone gives me confidence that Algorand would succeed. Then the technical aspects. Algorand has managed to find an approach that solves the blockchain trilemma without any compromise. So a little background here. Blockchain trilemma is one of the main challenges during the blockchain's first decade, in which the three key objectives, security, scalability, and decentralization, couldn't be fully achieved without sacrificing at least one of them. So Algorand, by employing a novel pure proof of stake consensus algorithm, solved the trilemma and created a truly secure, fast, and scalable blockchain platform. So one fun fact, the name Algorand is a combination of two words, algorithm and random. So we call our approach Algorand because we crucially rely on algorithmic randomness for its efficiency. And it's also worth mentioning that Algorand has a fast-growing ecosystem, and many use cases are from the traditional industries. So a number of companies, actually so far 700 companies, have chosen to build on Algorand. So all these reasons certainly helped my decision to apply.
700 companies currently working with Algorand, having many stablecoins building on their platform already, part of the blockchain service network as well, interoperating with many public blockchains as well, such as Ethereum, Tezos, Cosmos, and Polkadot. I'm very excited for the future of Algorand. I honestly don't think it'll stay under $1 for too long, but we'll see what the future brings. But this project is carrying some tremendous momentum with it. And guys, I don't know if you have used Algorand before, either through Coinbase, Binance US, or wherever you're getting your Algorand from. When you're sending and receiving it, it's nearly instant, very efficient use so far of it. I'm interested to see how consistent it is going to be down the line. But as this representative said, their ecosystem's expanding. Currently 700 companies build on it, traditional and blockchain companies. So I'm very excited to see what the future is going to bring for the Algorand ecosystem, a major player in the space, I believe. Vince724 dropping the $20 bomb, or the €20 bomb, man. Thank you so much for the support, my dude. Shout out to Vince724. Much love to you, bro. You're awesome, man. Women talking cryptos gets me all revved up. Okay, Legendary likes the Asian persuasion. I could see that. He's like, no, dude, I just like women. Super straight face. Appreciate the 16 viewers and the 21 likes. Hopefully that piece of information was worth waiting for. But guys, Algorand is definitely not one to sleep on. And I don't know how long it'll be under $1. But definitely a major player in the space and doing some tremendous things with its pure proof of stake consensus. Love seeing the platforms that are already building on it and where the future is going to be for this. I think the future is very bright. We're talking about not even having, an NFT marketplace, like fully usable NFT marketplace yet for Algorand. DeFi applications or AMMs or DEXs that have been building on it. I'm sure they're going to be coming out very soon as well. So very exciting times ahead. I think in a very exciting couple of years ahead for Algorand and beyond. But we'll see. Let's check out its chart really quick. But once again, Vince724, dude, appreciate your support on this channel and on Twitter too, my man. Thanks for just supporting us in general, my dude. Diesel Hound, once you go, you'll never go back. Okay, I hear you. All right, let's see. There we go. Now we got some music back on. Guys, thanks to 22 likes and 20 viewers. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. So we got Algorand just trending along this line right now. A little bit of a weak breakout towards the upside. We hit our target of what we were looking for. But now we're starting to hit that overhead resistance once again. But if we can pivot back up here, this would be a really nice sign of some bullish momentum right here. Confirming a higher low is what we really need right here for Algorand. You had your lower low here, lower low there. Wherever this higher low comes in, hopefully it's a higher low and gets confirmed. And then we start breaking out towards the upside in a really big way. maybe a possible surge up to the next level of resistance to $1, and then 122, and then the next level, if it breaks through that, 174 for Algorand. Good times could be ahead for this project, that is for sure. Testing previous long-term resistance as a support, that's what we like to see coming out from Algorand. Let's hope that it's not faking us out here and continues now its journey towards the upside, which could be tremendous. Alrighty, so let's jump into this piece of news now. New bill in Ukraine to allow payments in cryptocurrency, says official. The Deputy Minister of Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation believes that crypto payments will be allowed in Ukraine similarly to payments deriving from the US dollar. A new cryptocurrency-related bill in Ukraine will allow payments in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, despite not recognizing crypto as legal tender, a government official claimed. Deputy Minister of Ukraine's Ministry of Digital Transformation is confident that it would be quite legal to pay with cryptocurrencies in Ukraine through payment intermediaries, enabling crypto to fiat conversions. Very key word right there. Conversions, right? The official said in a Friday interview with local financial publication Minfin that Ukraine's draft bill on the virtual assets clearly states that cryptocurrencies do not constitute legal tender in the country, only allowing crypto purchases. However, the bill stipulates that local payment processors would still be able to provide services for converting crypto to fiat to enable payments deriving from crypto, stating, "Today, the legislation in Ukraine also does not allow you to pay in dollars, but you can easily pay for purchases with a dollar card. Currencies are converted instantly during payment. Therefore, it will be quite legal to pay with cryptocurrencies in Ukraine, but through an intermediary." Also noted that the upcoming bill will officially legitimize the process of cryptocurrency trading and reporting. We expect that there will be a whole market of intermediary services for payment of goods by cryptocurrencies, their storage and exchange. This will expand the possibilities of their use. As previously reported, the Ministry of Digital Transformation recommended the adoption of an updated draft bill on virtual assets in the second reading in late June. Local e-bank Monobank subsequently disclosed plans to launch a debit card featuring Bitcoin trading. The news comes shortly after Ukrainian President signed another digital currency-related law referred to the Law on Payment Services. The law officially enabled Ukraine's central bank to issue a central bank digital currency, the digital hryvnia. But, guys, very key word in this whole article was crypto to fiat conversions. Specifically that word conversions, right? What is going to be that translator for payments? Interledger protocol, right? The Internet of Value. And so, yeah, you can use whatever you want to value. You can use your stocks, you can use cryptos, you can use your airline miles, whatever. But ultimately, these merchants are going to be told by their regulators, which are these central banks or their local banks, who are the local regulators of that country, tell their merchants, yeah, accept whatever of value. We just need to convert it into our local CBDC, into our local fiat. So you guys have to do that as our policy, right? And I definitely could see that happening where, yeah, maybe you even have merchants that maybe want to decide to just accept a form of crypto, but good luck with them succeeding over the long term and dealing with crypto's volatility in return. So having a stable coin of choice or a fiat or a CBDC is going to make a lot of sense to these merchants because they just really want to be receiving a stable form of value, right? And so do these central banks. And also the communication between central banks and these merchants, you know, very transparent on what they're doing with their business, because it's smart business to be transparent with your regulators, right? So keyword conversions. What is going to be that bridge for these crypto to fiat payments, for these conversions, right? The translator for payments, interledger protocol. And I'll let you decide what's going to be the bridge currency for that. Just imagine an Asian woman talking crypto. JL is bullish. What's up, man? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Guys, thanks to the 19 viewers and the 23 likes. Always a good viewer to like ratio in here. You guys are awesome, man. Keeping our eyes on the prize just every single day. We try to every single day. Sometimes I got to step away and do some research and whatnot, but then I come back, talk with the Blue Crew, reveal what I've been thinking about, what we've been doing, What have we been researching? What have we been looking into? So Cambodia explores cross-border transactions of CBDC like Bekong. Launched in late 2020, Cambodia's digital money project Bekong reached 200,000 users in June, doubling from 3 months earlier. The National Bank of Cambodia, NBC, continues progressing with its central bank digital currency CBDC-like initiative known as Bekong, disclosing several project milestones. NBC's Director General and the Bekong project lead, Chea Saray, said in a Wednesday interview with Aniki, and Bekong's electric wallet reached 200,000 users in June, doubling from 3 months earlier. Based on the blockchain technology, the Bekong payment and money transfer service was originally launched by NBC in October of 2020. The digital money project has amassed nearly 6 million users in the first half of 2021, including those reached indirectly through member bank mobile apps, recording a total of 1.4 million transactions worth nearly $500 million. The official disclosed that NBC is currently exploring cross-border transactions through Bekong, closely working with Thailand's central bank and Malaysia's largest bank, Maybank. Sari explained that the cross-border Bekong transactions would provide Cambodian people in foreign countries with a safe and efficient way to send money to their families. She noticed that the new payment method would be beneficial for many Cambodian women migrating to Malaysia. There are other policies that need to be in place, like having a stable exchange rate and inflation rate to increase the usage of the local currency. Solely use the country's local currency. According to data by Wall Street Journal, the US dollar is currently used for 90% of financial transactions in Cambodia. Additionally, the NBC director generally exposed a skeptical stance on BTC, the world's most valued cryptocurrency. Saray said that the crypto industry needs regulation and consumer protection measures to avoid the consequences of volatile prices, stating there are no fundamentals, and if you were to allow investors to go into this, who is going to take responsibility when the price crashes? Developed by NBC in collaboration by Japanese blockchain technology company Sorimatsu, Bekong allows Cambodian citizens to pay at stores and send money through a mobile app, supporting settlements and remittances in riel or US dollar. At the project's launch, Saray emphasized that Bekong should not be referred to as a CBDC, but rather a payment and money transfer service. So, you guys know we like to keep our eyes on the prize. Doesn't matter how small the country, doesn't matter how small it may be about central bank digital currencies. I think this is pretty crucial, actually, in giving a little bit of a, reinforcement on the fact that you're hearing these central banks and the BIS, mind you, really just shutting down any talk about BTC or Bitcoin and allowing it to be a form of digital currency or a replacement to fiat, right? There are no fundamentals, as this guy is saying, right? What else? It needs regulation and consumer protection measures to avoid the consequences of volatile prices. And the prices are volatile for BTC, right? We've seen it just recently, how volatile it could be for Bitcoin. But yeah, maybe the higher the price gets, the more stable BTC will be in the future. Time will tell. But, we got Cambodia here developing their CBDC, already providing, payment transfer services to the unbanked over here. And you're going to just continue to see this grow. I've already been seeing commercials daily on, new dApps or applications or phone apps that you can download that provide, better banking services, better money services, right? Better transaction services. And you can just download, connect to your bank account, connect to your credit card, debit card to this platform, and it can allow for you to just, have some semblance of owning your value, right? And doing what you like with your value and earning pretty good interest or savings for using those applications. I think it's just going to continue to grow and grow, especially when we start having major financial inclusion of, billions of people being brought in to the global economy. So just little steps here with CBDC, but these tend to be big steps as well in the long run. CS, what's up, my dude? Here's a wrench. With a wrench comes great responsibility. Appreciate you tuning in. Yep, everyone's a mod here, man. So if you got to come correct in a room full of mods. That's for sure. But appreciate you tuning in. Everybody, welcome. CS. Market is very volatile. No doubt, man. What's up, dude? Alrighty, so let's jump into the game over. Yeah, everybody welcome CS to the Blue Crew, man. What's up, my dude? Appreciate you tuning in. Always appreciate new viewers, new subs, all that good stuff. You know it. Appreciate you, man. So, reason I titled this video Game Over, it's because XRP Ledger is now supporting NFTs and smart contracts and allowing for federated sidechains, right? And this article is kind of a continuation of what we read last night about the federated sidechains article that was released by Ripple. But it's a really good sum up and a very more general explanation of how to understand what this means for the XRPL. So we're going to jump into this, read through it. I'm interested to hear what you guys think and what you think, you know, the advent of federated sidechains is going to mean for XRPL. So the XRP Ledger is to support NFTs and smart contracts in the coming months. The XRPL, the network that supports the native token XRP, is set to support NFTs and smart contract features through federated sidechain integration in the coming months. In a June 7th publication by Ripple's Insights, the company stated that it was looking to satisfy the high demand of features requested by developers and contributors of the XRPL. Among the requests was the demand for smart contract capabilities on the XRPL. The request comes as a result of the exponential growth in the decentralized finance industry of late. The company, in a bid to measure the XRP Ledger's highly efficient on its main purpose, which is the efficient and timely payments, the company is proposing the integration of federated sidechains on the XRPL. Federated sidechains allow for experimentation and specialization, so developers can enjoy the power of the XRPL on a sidechain that acts as its blockchain and ultimately enables developers to implement new features such as smart contracts and NFTs to the XRP Ledger in a way that it interoperates seamlessly with XRP and the XRPL, while also allowing the XRPL to maintain its existing lean, efficient feature set, which is, right, efficient and timely payments. In a publication issued by Ripple's Insights yesterday, Ripple CTO David Schwartz stated that although collectibles are the biggest NFT use today, the surface is barely being scratched. He envisions a future where NFTs are the foundation of all digital rights management, even one where consumers can move away from services like Kindle or Apple to directly own the rights to purchase books and movies. The CTO also stated that he believes XRP Ledger delivers a unique combination of the low-cost, high-speed, and good payments features needed to streamline NFT creation at scale. In particular, he points to the Ledger's ability to maintain consistent transaction fees. Consistent transaction fees, which is impossible on popular blockchains such as the Ethereum blockchain or the Binance Smart Chain, as a key benefit for both buyers and sellers. Bottom line, Ripple CTO revealed that the federated sidechains could be available for the XRP Ledger in the coming months, opening up a host of exciting possibilities, including limitless transaction scalability and expanded DeFi capabilities. Guys, I think this article did a very good job of summing up what it means that about federated sidechains coming to the XRP Ledger, being able to even have a host of blockchains that they're their own sovereign blockchains that have their specific use case. They can have their own native currency that seamlessly goes in and out of the XRPL through XRP as the bridge. This could really just open up a whole new, not can of worms like in a bad way, but just explosion of innovation that can be coming to the XRPL through this. And knowing the efficiency and how fast the payments and cheap the payments are, how secure the payments are for XRP, one of the longest running public blockchains that's out there. So I think this is some mega news, and still staying true to what they're doing with XRP, just using it as a payments vehicle, a digital asset for efficient, fast, cost-efficient payments. I think this is going to be tremendous for the NFT platforms and smart contract platforms that end up building and taking advantage of these federated sidechains. Legendary dropping a 199 bomb. What's up, man? Hello, my dude. Yeah, I love that everybody welcomed you, man. Hell yeah, dude. So this is why it seems like it's game over, man, right? This is why it could be just XRP just starts to really show what focusing in on working. Right now, they're doing a lot of things that were totally contrary to crypto back in the day, right? They decided to work with regulators. They decided to work with government. They decided to work within the system, and just to have a very clear goal of what they want to do with the digital asset XRP, and that is make it a bridge currency to help facilitate fiat transfers more quickly, right? And efficiently, and having this kind of high-priced, stable form of value, because that's their goal, right? High-priced, stable form of value that they want. Excuse me, guys. I think... Okay, never mind. It's just my dog. Is it my dog? Give me a second, guys. Okay. Having a high-priced, stable form of value to facilitate transfers with as a bridge currency amongst all these CBDCs or fiat currencies in the future. It's going to be very interesting to see how, you know, payment services really transform when we start having on-demand liquidity ramping up its volume, ramping up, you know, to very high volumes of transactions or pace of transactions. I'm really excited to see what that could mean, but I think it could be very catastrophic for a lot of cryptocurrencies out there, right? Because you had Ripple going towards the regulators. They're dealing with the SEC, and if they win this thing with the SEC, they'd be the first one out of, you know, all the crypto space basically to really just establish a regulatory framework along with global regulators, because they've been talking to regulators all around the globe. And so they would have established a whole global regulatory clarity on the specific digital asset. And then not only that, already having all these products in place, all the framework or the rails in place for really this train to run at very high speeds and to be maybe the digital asset of the future. You know, I don't think it's going to be one coin to rule them all, but I mean, this is just tremendous stuff that we're seeing coming out from the XRP camp. And of course, remember their collaboration with Flare Networks as well. XRP Ledger's collaboration and connection to Interledger Protocol, which is massive, right? So just doesn't stop. May miss out on NFT, can't get behind that. I mean, I'm not owning any NFTs. I do own actually some Blancos and stuff, but I don't have like, I'm not fully into NFTs. I'm still buying a ton of cryptos. But I do like what David Schwartz says here, right here. Ripple CTO David Schwartz stated that although collectibles are the biggest NFT use case today, so he's not even that big on NFTs for collectibles. He's saying the surface is just barely being scratched. He envisions a future where NFTs are the foundation of all digital rights. So he's looking like, you know, what if we start owning, you know, bits of movies, bits of purchased books, or the book that you actually own is like the, you know, the actual digital representation, that digital number of that book. And maybe there's a significance to that because maybe there's only a limited amount. Who knows in the future? But yeah, the fact that, you know, you're just seeing that with being efficient and fast at payments, you can build anything else on top of that, right? And that's been something we've communicated on this channel since the very beginning, and even did a little video on it, right? Where it's all about payments. I'll even play this video right now because I think it'll be fun to revisit. It's just all about payments, right? And it helps us look at where we're at today. And they were saying this with such clear focus back then, right? That's the crazy thing. So where is that? Where's it at? It's all about payments. Yep, right here. Let's check this out. Appreciate everybody tuning in, by the way. We're going to be checking out an old video here. But Ashish Burla specifically in this video says something very important about how important it is when you're dealing with the blockchain, when you're dealing with something that involves transactions inherently, no matter what, that you really master the transaction aspect, the payment aspect, right? So we're going to check this out. Oh, wow. 2 ads? Come on. Oh, the volume's so low.
sir. Forgot your receipt.
Checkout lines. Who needs them?
Have a nice day.
This is the future of e-business.
So how did we get to where we are today? I think a lot of us were inspired by Bitcoin arriving on the scene. And I think we're seeing play out a set of events that we've seen with other technologies before. When the car first came on the scene, there was the Ford Model T, and it was just a car that, just one product. And over time, as that product matured, it became modified to be specific to different use cases. We had trucks to carry heavy goods, sports cars, and we had lighter vehicles, and a whole broad array of products, all aimed at the same technology, but aimed at different use cases. And I think we're seeing the same thing today. We have this new technology, blockchain, and we have all of these different use cases that people want to apply that technology to: payments, securities, reconciliation, trade finance. You probably are well aware that we have this put everything on a blockchain thing. There's probably hundreds of use cases that people are considering applying this technology to. But one of the things that we noticed is that at the root of most of these blockchains is a payment. So if it's trade finance, when the trade is financed, there's going to be a payment. If it's security, the security is going to be purchased, there's going to be a payment. If it's lending, when the funds are borrowed, they're delivered, there's going to be a payment. If it's a smart contract, it's managing someone's money, there's going to be payments.
So if there's let me just play this again. Listen to how important it is that it's all about payments. If you don't access or do payments efficiently, then what else can you do that, that's the thing you have to do at the base of it all, is how do you do a payment first and then thinking about all these other applications that could be done on top of it. So I think this is a very important segment to just watch again and pay attention to.
Technology too. But one of the things that we noticed is that at the root of most of these blockchains is a payment. So if it's trade finance, when the trade is financed, there's going to be a payment.
XDC.
If it's security, the security is going to be purchased, there's going to be a payment.
Civic.
If it's lending, when the funds are borrowed, they're delivered, there's going to be a payment. If it's a
Kava or Celsius.
Smart contract, it's managing someone's money, there's going to be payments.
Ethereum.
So what we observed is that the main problem at the root of all of these use cases is payments. Good payments make all of these use cases easier. Bad payments make all of these use cases harder.
The main thing is, are you solving customer problems? Are you gaining traction? And do you have product market fit? And that's what we've been about from day one. But it wasn't easy for us to get there. Early on, we tried a whole bunch of things on the blockchain in 2013. A lot of them horrible ideas. But we took a page from Jeff Bezos and Amazon and really boiled it down to what is Ripple going to be good at. And we really picked cross-border payments. And we focused and focused and focused on cross-border payments. And partially because almost every other use case you build upon that's innovative on the blockchain starts with innovating on payments itself.
Starts with building on payments itself. You guys hearing this? This is from 2017, 2018. Ashish Birla, and he's saying even back in 2013, 2012, they decided to focus in on specifically payments, cross-border payments, and that's all we hear about today, coming from the central banks, from the BIS, from the IMF, from the World Economic Forum, is about cross-border payments, more efficient payments, more sustainable finance, sustainable payments.
For example, smart contracts. Contracts have been around for a long time. People put it on a blockchain, they called it a smart contract. That's the only thing that's different. What's novel about it is that you can have people run your application around the world without knowing them, without trusting them, because you can pay for it using a digital asset. And that's the innovation. So it comes back to payments as the baseline use case for a lot of other things that will come on the blockchain. But if you don't solve payments first, you can't innovate on top of it.
Payments, payments, payments. All about freaking payments, you guys.
In the early days of Bitcoin, around 2010, 2011, I think we thought that we were solving the problem of silos. We had this idea that there were payment systems that didn't have a connectivity to each other. There were pools of liquidity that weren't connected. And I think we kind of thought that we were solving that problem with Bitcoin. We thought that we would just connect all of the world's payment systems together by using a common currency. And I think what we discovered is that we actually were solving a different problem and left that problem unsolved. The irony is that we've replicated that problem in trying to solve the problem of payment systems that are siloed, liquidity that's siloed, currencies that are siloed. We built a whole bunch of brand new silos. And so now we have a Bitcoin silo, we have an Ethereum silo, and the challenge is for us to develop protocols that can allow us to make payments across those silos so that we can have payment systems, currencies, and protocols that are optimized for distinct use cases. And I think that's what got Ripple interested in looking at protocols like Interledger that do that. At Ripple, we've been very focused on the variant of the problem that's been facing people since before we started building cryptocurrencies, which is that interoperability in the payment space. I think most of those other problems are more future problems. Maybe atomic swaps is a real-world problem today. But the real-world problem today is payments that are just completely isolated. So we've been focused on Interledger, which is a sort of minimalist protocol just to complete a payment across ledgers that doesn't care whether those ledgers are conventional banking ledgers or whether they're digital asset ledgers. And we focused on XRapid, which is a protocol that connects fiat currencies, live remittance payments through digital assets that are public liquidity pools.
So now ODL, right? They got ODL going on. And then talking about Interledger protocol, not only connecting traditional legacy bank systems, but also connecting digital asset ledgers as well, right? And so when the BIS is announcing Mojaloop Interledger protocol as the winner of their ISO 20022 hackathon, I'm going to be listening very, very clearly to what they are saying and just understanding how amazing that is. That you have David Schwartz here talking about how focused they were on Interledger protocol and the importance of Interledger protocol back in 2017, 2018, and then seeing the fruits of that work and that focus showing up in the ISO 20022 hackathon, winning from BIS, winning the BIS's Innovation Hub ISO 20022 hackathon, with Mojaloop winning, representing a great use case for the ISO 20022 payments messaging system in marriage with the Interledger protocol.
What I'd say about that is that the technological limitations of Bitcoin are real. The slow transaction speed, the problems in closing transactions and writing blocks that sometimes takes 20 minutes or more, that makes it unusable in a modern payment global economy.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that my company's based a lot of our technology using XRP, which will do 2,000 to 4,000 transactions a second.
Right.
That suddenly makes things possible. So I think that the store of value argument and the functionality of our argument, we're so early, in such early days. There's so much store of value conversation. As an investor, when I was a money manager, I would never. I just don't like store value investments. I think buying gold. I realize people have done it for centuries, but it seems like a really stupid investment to me. Yeah. You're only buying it with the notion that someone's going to, greater fool theory. And I think that cryptocurrencies, if their only function is store of value, it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense that there are that many fools around. Although certainly there are a lot of fools around. But I think that when and if there is a proven functionality around moving value digitally, and I think we're doing that at Ripple. We've moved over, $1 billion across borders. We've got 100 banks that are actively using our software and to move value across borders in a very inefficient global banking system. Then you've got a solution. You've got something that will create intrinsic value, as will other developers on the platform.
Woo. Yeah, good seeing some of that old stuff, man, and just kind of reminding of ourselves, like, wow, they've been just so laser freaking focused on their goal, and it's just all about payments. If you can, initiate payments very effectively and very well, you can build a lot of things on top of it. And so that's why I'm saying it's game over right here with XRPL being able to support NFTs and smart contracts and having federated side chains. I mean, good luck not being on the XRPL in the future, especially it being one of the more secure public blockchains out there with such an extreme focus towards working with regulators, working with governments, and efficient and timely payments being a result. ALBT staking, is it true? Focus. I don't know, man. Maybe somebody in the Blue Crew does know, though. But guys, thanks for the 27 likes. Let me get the video capture back on here. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's all about payments. So, you know, if you got an awesome use case in another direction for other things, because you can put supply chain on the blockchain, you can do smart contracts, you can do all these things. How does it do in terms of payments? How long has it been initiating payments? Have there been any rollbacks, any setbacks, any hacks? Those are the type of things to be really looking for in terms of these payment technologies and these digital assets inherently. If it's a digital asset and you want it to be able to move money the same way it moves like information does today, it's got to be fast. It's got to be efficient. It's got to be like sending a text message, right? And we got to know that it just works and that it's just always going to work, because the internet, so far, it's just mostly always working, right? Thank God for SHIB. Exactly, man, because SHIB is so focused on payments and just initially being such a payments vehicle, so focused on it. What's going on here? Ow. Blew out my ears, but not yours, I'm sure. But appreciate you guys tuning in. What's up to the 14 viewers? So guys, let's wrap it up by looking at some of our Twitter posts here. Once again, 700 companies building on Algorand. Awesome to hear. AkashNet recently integrated with Citadel.1. You can now find out more about this new staking guide for AKT on Citadel 1 nodes. The Emirate Blockchain Strategy 2021 aims to capitalize on blockchain to transform 50% of government transactions into the blockchain platform by 2021. The Dubai blockchain strategy will help Dubai to be the best, or to be the first city fully powered by blockchain. Guys, this is a goal in 2021 coming out from Trey Rutledge, a guy who's working with Dragon Chain here. So Dragon Chain community probably really excited about this. The Emirates Blockchain Strategy 2021 aims to capitalize on blockchain to transform 50% of government transactions into the blockchain platform by 2021. The Dubai blockchain strategy will help Dubai to be the first city fully powered by blockchain. This is pretty big news, man, and big news for Dragon Chain community as well, especially if they have major involvement in what's going on here in Dubai. What else do we got here? Oh, sustainability needs finance. There we go. Just a video to get a preview on just how important, this green initiative they're trying to push and how fast they want it. They want it to happen very, very quickly. Pay attention to the words that are printed here. A lot needs to change. We need to cut back and push forward, innovate sustainable ways to grow, and we need to do it now. There is an urgency right now. Transform the industry, set the right incentives, build a more just society. Sustainability needs finance. It needs leadership. It needs partnership. We strive to be sustainable. We will help others to become sustainable. Financing sustainability, man. And they're doing some, like, this is coming out from Deutsche Bank, and I think their logo is very interesting because it reminds me of the circle with a line through it from the Economist cover, right? And Algorand's logo as well. I mean, not Algorand's logo, Adam's logo, right? The circle right there with the line through it. You got Deutsche Bank changing the logo on their YouTube channel for this as well, as you're seeing. But you're seeing this on all fronts, man, with the Green Swan Finance led by the BIS and SWIFT and other, or IMF, I mean. You can see that they're really trying to push for this green standard very soon. They want to be changing over, changing their climate, changing over their climate situation and really becoming more efficient and accelerating this process to greener finance and just more sustainable solutions. Yeah, I hear you, D. Haviland. The narrative does suck, man, because it can mean drastic things, for sure. They make it sound all great and dandy, like, oh great, we're becoming sustainable, we're becoming green. But at what cost? What's the consequence to people? Because does it mean a lot of people losing jobs? Does it mean a lot of people not being able to be out in public as much? Only a certain amount of people? Right? Like, at what cost does it mean to be more sustainable and trying to push the acceleration of these green standards, right? The green monster, exactly. The jolly green giant. Meme those payments, exactly, Jeff. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? Naptown XRP, what's up, dude? Just another tax, exactly. Just another tax. Let's see what else we got. I think that's about it. But yeah, they're trying to push this. Oh, here's another one, right? This is actually more correlated to what I was thinking here. So you got coming out. This is coming out from The Economist, right? So by 2030, energy demand in Asia Pacific is projected to be almost doubled. Only a fast, widespread energy transition. Guys, they're letting you know the plan right in front of your face, like how dramatic this transition to the Green Swan may be. Hell, that's maybe why they called it Green Swan, right? Because when we get a Black Swan event that ends up happening, it's usually out of nowhere, and it seems like it came out of nowhere, right? So they're already prepping us for this fast, widespread energy transition that will keep global warming in check while meeting this need. Well, how dramatic is it going to have to be, right? How fast and widespread is this energy transition going to be? How are energy companies transforming their business for a new energy area? Future of Energy Week. Accelerating Asia's energy transition. Did you see that? Asia's energy transition. The date, October 4th through the 7th, 2021. Join more than 1,500 policymakers, energy experts, business leaders, academics, and scientists to explore the concept of energy transition at this dynamic event. Expert panelists will include from Indonesia, Energy Transitions Commission, India, the importance of Asia in the energy transition. And you actually do see this narrative with the PBOC. What energy? Coal? So right here you have PBOC saying climate change to play a factor in the role for policy. China plans to incorporate factors related to climate change issues into its monetary policy framework. See, you're already seeing it. Sustainable finance, right? The transition, this energy transition, not only being for more sustainable living, but also in terms of our monetary policy, right? Encouraging financial institutions to support carbon emission reduction, said the central bank governor. The People's Bank of China, the central bank, is looking at the possibility of including climate change factors in the stress test of financial institutions. Discussion at the China Development Forum in 2021. We're also exploring the role of monetary policy and encouraging financial institutions to support carbon emission reduction. And maybe by supporting the use of digital assets, by supporting the use of CBDCs. It'll further increase the share of green bonds, limit investment in carbon-intensive assets, and incorporate climate risk factors into risk management framework of the country's foreign exchange reserves, the world's largest. So yeah, a real big push for greener finance, and I think this is something we can't ignore either, especially when it comes to cryptocurrency, especially when it comes to digital assets, and especially when it comes to the leading crypto leaving a major carbon footprint and maybe not even being a superior technology to the other ones that don't leave as much of a carbon footprint, that allow the facilitation of payments to be a lot quicker and more efficient. And like we heard Corey Johnson say earlier, you know, we're in such early days, you guys, trying to figure out what's a store of value and is it a store of value is just you know, it's super early days. This isn't even a dent in the overall amount of money that's out there in this space, right? It's just a drop. It's just pennies in this space. Let's wait until we start seeing trillions of dollars in this space, and then really seeing what the actual cryptos with intrinsic value, maybe store value arguments start coming up in that area. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for another DL Talk. Always good hanging out with the Blue Crew. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you, BTC community, XRP community, DLT community, Atom community, Blue Crew community, all the communities out there. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. Much love, guys. Adios.